Hello, and welcome to the 2 techniques for solving otherwise unsolvable SAT math problems. There are a couple types of questions on the SAT, those that are essentially impossible to solve without these techniques, and others which are not impossible to solve without these techniques, but would just take a very, very long time. So I wanted to show these to you, and make sure you have all the huge time-saving benefits, make sure that you feel more comfortable going into the test, and obviously there's also some crossover value to your high school test as well. Please stay with me after the bump. Alright, what are the 2 techniques for getting the answer to otherwise unsolvable problems? Let's chat. The first one is plug in easy numbers for the variables. This is going to be key. Right, and the second one is test the answers, or reverse engineer the answers if you want to be fancy about that language. So, and I'll give an example of each. So, what type of question is most likely to be easily solved by substituting in easy numbers? Let's chat. This is the question. You can tell it's going to be a type of question which, if for any reason doesn't appeal to you algebraically, has this code. You can use this technique, and the technique is please notice all the variables in the answer. If this is your situation, it's more likely than not going to be more easily solved through a process of plugging easy numbers into these answers. So in our situation here, we have this. If 3x squared is equal to n, what is 6x squared in terms of n? Now, obviously, this is not an impossible question. I didn't want to put an impossible question on all my cards, but let's just chat. And for any reason this doesn't appeal to you algebraically, what you can do is just set x equal to 2. Sweet. And if you set x equal to 2, well then 3 times 2 squared would be equal to 3 times 4, and 3 times 4 is obviously 12. So if x is equal to 2, n is equal to 12. And I'm not just writing this down for illustration purposes. I'm writing this down because this is exactly what I do on the test and what I suggest you do. X is equal to 2, n is equal to 12. Right? Because there's one final key to this, and there are a lot of numbers rolling around. So if you can give your mind the structure, it'll help you get to the right answer. So what is 6x squared in terms of n? Well, if x is equal to 2, as we've established, right, 6 times 2 squared is equal to 6 times 4, which is equal to 24. So I literally write this out. ANS is equal to 24. That is the answer we're looking for in this project. So if n is equal to 12, as we defined it, and that's why we wrote it down, and the answer is equal to 24, let's start here in the middle. Now please notice these are ordered from least to greatest. So if C works out, that's great. If it's too high, we know it's either A or B, and if it's too low, we know it's either D or E. So let's chat. N in our situation is equal to 12, but we're looking for 24. So we know that's too low, so we know it's either D or E. And just for this purposes, obviously, we can see 2 times n, 2 times 12 is 24. But for our purposes, let's even take this to E. 12 squared is obviously 144, and that's way too high. So if n is equal to 12, then 24 is equal to 2n, which is our answer choice D. That's what we want to do. So if you see, the code is, if you see a lot of variables in the answer selection, that's going to be a clue that it's probably going to be easier to solve by plugging in easy numbers. All right. What type of question is most likely or more likely to be easily solved by testing the answers? All right, so there's some code language here too. And that code language is, notice the ordered set for the answer selection choices. It's a very evenly distributed order set. They can also sort of pile answers closer into the middle. So this would be 1, this might be 20, 21, 22, and then 50. Right, and I bring that up because they kind of, when they cluster answers together, it means one of them is likely to be correct. But that's not what's going on here. So the order set is going to tell us that reverse engineering the answers is going to be probably easier than actually working this out algebraically, which we could do. But so anyhow, let's try 3. So if x is equal to 3, what's that? 3 plus 4 would be 7. I'm going to write that over here. And then our denominator would be 3 cubed, which is 27. Right? It's good doing that thing. Okay, 27. Right? 9 times 3? Yeah. So here we go. And then the other one, is that equal to 2/3? Right? Well, trouble. No, it is not. Obviously, that's not equal So we're going to have to keep on rolling. The fractions get a little weird as far as deciding whether to go higher and lower, but let's just try going lower. Well, for exotic reasons, that would be take a long time to unpack. So here, 2 plus 4, what's 2 plus 4? 2 plus 4 is 6, and 3 squared is 9. That's looking a lot more promising. Is that equal to 2 over 3? Well, in fact, it is. That's the answer we want, right? And we can get there just by reverse engineering this. Now, if you did want to solve this one algebraically, you would multiply these two by each other, and then these two, this pen is not great, by each other and set them equal to each other, which is not so bad. But even there, that gets tricky. So anyhow, those are the two ways of getting through these types of questions, right? Plug in easy numbers for the variables, and remember the multivariate answer set for your key to that. And then the other one, if you have an ordered set, is test the answers. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Hello everyone, thank you for watching. If you like this video, there are some ways you can help support this project. Please like, subscribe, and or comment on this video. Please check out my other videos. I'm going to put a lot of good content out there for you. Next is you can get your question of the day at my website. It has a new question every day and then the answer to yesterday's question all in one email delivered right to your inbox. Next, if you've seen some flashcards in these videos, they are available for sale on my website. I also have books on Amazon, 4 SAT books on Amazon, and finally, please feel free to contact me if you're interested in tutoring on at my website at www.underdogguide.com, and I'll obviously have these links below. Thank you so much for watching.